Hello to all my friends out there. So I had one of my totally and completely brilliant ideas. You know, if you've ever been on diets, yes, I know I fry my eggs, a lot, but I don't think they're that safe. Oh, shoot. I don't think they're that safe if they're uncooked. So, I got to make sure my eggs are cooked. Okay, so now I had a brilliant idea on my low carb day. And I thought, instead of making, okay, now I am not a big fan in misery making at this age because, my ex-husband dropped dead and my dad dropped dead and, bad things happen and you can't enjoy life. So I want to go on my low carb diet, but I don't want to make life miserable. But I thought, why not make one of your low carb diets a really cheap meal? And save your money. You might need, you might need something. And then it protects you if you ever, we're getting really low on money. You go, oh no, what do I do? Well, you know what to do because you've been doing it. And never be too lofty thinking it'll never happen to me. If you live long enough, there has been times, and I eat all the bits too, there has been times when I have said to myself, and I'm pretty sure you all have, I can't believe this is the F happening to me. And it was, it was really shitty at times too. Really bad. Okay, so the eggs I bought the eggs at Vons, and I got some good deals on the eggs this week. Okay, now, this is fresh brewed tea, and what's good about this tea is you can put sugar in it, but I'm trying to be good. Okay, now, these are 50 cents, even cheaper at Aldi's and Walmart. I'm going to be checking into that. So, altogether, this is like the meal I made yesterday, 50 cents and 36 cents, so less than $1. And honestly, this will do. Okay, and then I'm making some Jell-O. It's not quite ready. And I bought the Jell-O at Walmart. Sugar-free. This really helps. And then the cheapest place for yogurt is Aldi's, 30-something cents. So then, let's see, where is it? I thought, you know what? One crummy piece of bread is really not going to mess me up that bad, and it makes this meal way more complete. And there's another thing that's really, really good about this meal. This is it right here. I'm not going crazy. I'm not messing my diet up that bad. Okay, so now, say you don't have much money. These are $1 each. And these are good. Eaten right out of the package. But notice these are, where are they? 2.5 ounces. If you go this way for 68 cents, these are I don't know where it is. These are 5 ounces. So you're getting 2 times as much. So say for 2.5 ounces, you're paying 35 cents as opposed to $1. I bought this for $1, and then I fried my eggs so as to save money. Here's the Dollar Tree tea, and what I do is I bag it up so my tea, it will last forever if you take, carefully. Okay, so now how you really get the idea of this is, say if you bought 10 at $1 each, that would be $10. This would be for $10. But if you went this way, you would really be getting 20 because this is 2 times as much for $6.80. So as opposed, so you go, do those few cents make a difference? Yeah, especially if you don't have much money. Okay, for 10 Vienna sausages, and you might be going, well, what about, that processed food? Hey, listen, if you don't have much money, you don't want a protein deficiency. You don't want one anyway. I think that's behind a lot of these illnesses. And these plots to get us to eat less meat, not good. Or don't eat eggs, Okay, so you'd have, for 10, you would have $5, right? But if these are really half as much money here, so if you went this way, you'd actually have 20 of these for $10. And then, I can buy the margarine for 85 cents and even cheaper at Walmart. So don't be paying $1 for margarine either. I mean, start doing, believe it or not, these are good. So, I think Aldi's and Walmart is a little cheaper, like 42 cents. I think the Aldi's yogurt is about the cheapest. This is processed food, but let's take a look at how many grams of protein is in this. Where is it? 7 grams of protein for 50 cents. These are kind of handy. Let's see. Okay. The tuna doesn't list the protein that I can see, but it should. All right. 11 grams of protein in 1 can tuna. So the thing to do is, if you don't have much money, go for a low dollar protein like eggs. Aldi's has eggs a lot, and then I got the good bread on markdown, so I got better bread. That one little piece of bread might keep me from going into ketosis, but it's not really about ketosis for me. I'm not trying to throw myself into a starvation mode. I don't think it's healthy. But you're still going to be able to control your weight if you exercise on this. And so my brilliant idea is, one of my meals would be super cheap. And this is also a stockpile meal. These are good, you guys. And thanks to the follower that left the message that she doesn't get much protein. I wanted to mention, out here I see a lot of begging on the street. And what it seems like is they pull up in vans and people leave the vans and come out and beg for money. That's their job. Probably they're given some kind of sustenance for doing that. Another thing is, some of the people begging look like, they might be living in an apartment or a house and they just ran out of money. And don't assume people living in houses don't have any money for food. I mean, when I worked in the beauty shops, I would hear nightmare stories. Oh my goodness. And the other thing is, go to the food bank, pile your house down with whatever food they give you, and the churches, and if you can qualify, get food stamps and pile your house up. If you can go to the food bank 3 times a week, go 3 times a week. If you can get food stamps, get as much food as you can, and be aware too that most likely the prices are going to be going up. You can still get, you can still get some reasonable food pretty cheap, and prepare for less food on shelves, or how about no food on shelves? Okay, when I was taking my friend to the food bank, sometimes honestly, if there was like a rush on the food banks, there wouldn't be much food. I took my friend to a place to get food, and they said, okay, this is once in your lifetime. I go, what? But, we got the food that day, and it was okay. That was where I took her, was where the share food used to be. But I'm pretty sure if it happened again and she went, they would still give her food. Another thing is, like, like here in El Cajon City, they had the Salvation Army, they had the Catholic Church, they had the Adventists, they had the Baptist Church on Hamashaw and Washington. These are just the ones I know about. They had the place there on Broadway behind Home Depot, and you can call 411, and then they will direct you. Possible they might even give you financial assistance if you can't pay your utility bills. And try to find the cheapest place you possibly can to buy bottled water. But if you can't, try to get some kind of filter for your water. I mean, it can even be some kind of natural way to filter water. There's things like that online. And start getting yourself a stockpile of food. Okay, the last thing I need is food, but the last week or so, and I showed you the stuff, I got 4 items that somebody left in the laundry room. I got 2 cans of applesauce, I got a can of green beans, and I forget, something else. So if you get food from the food bank that you really don't want, well, what I suggest you do is you hang on to your food, and then if it's just about ready to expire and you can't eat it, then donate it to. I donated food to the Salvation Army, and I was surprised because I thought that they were supplemented by the government, and that they wouldn't run out of food. Okay, they do run out low. Okay, so now why do you want to do this? Well, because what's happening is if they want to limit the consumption of meat, the poor people would be going to these food banks, and they would be given food. They would be given carbs. They would be given canned meals, but very little protein food. So you want to conserve all your money for these kind of foods. And don't shun processed food when you're broke. That's stupid. Buy big packages of lunch meat and make a meat and cheese sandwiches. Or if you don't have 2 pieces of meat. And I will be back later, and God bless you all.